Hey, good day, everyone. How are you doing? I know most people might be at work, but that's okay. I just thought I'll come out now because I have a long evening ahead of me. And yeah, it's Wednesday, it's midweek. How are you all doing? Just one moment, let me share this to people. If you are joining or you're even passing by, please share this live because you never know whose life you may be changing by just this video, right? So, and yeah, just gonna share my life so that people can join if they can listen in while you walk. That's what I tend to do most times. And yes, I have shared. Please share wherever you're watching from. If you're catching the replay now or tomorrow or later, share to anyone that you think might benefit from it. Because I am not a gatekeeper. I don't believe in gatekeeping. I like to share information. I like to share things with people, especially if I have knowledge of something and I think that the information might help. So there are two things I'm going to talk about today. The first thing is I've been very a lot in the last couple of days. But before I do that, I just want to say enjoy what I do, helping and supporting working parents to start and set up their own online business, them to break free from the 9 to 5 grind. That is what I do. Yes. So in case you don't know what I am or what I do, I help parents to set up, working parents or working professionals to set up their own online business, with a long-term aim because I don't do short-term things. And you and I know that businesses take time. The Facebook that you see today did not start yesterday. It started many years ago, and over time it has become successful. The big corporations, time has passed. So I don't do short-term things. If you have thinking of the long term, you're thinking about your future, you're thinking about your children, you're thinking about leaving a legacy behind, then reach out to me and I will see and if this is something that you are interested in partaking, then we can help you get set up and running. Right. But that's not the the day. The main topic of the day is something that I don't know, it just been coming on my face, it's been coming to my face a lot for so much now. Like, I don't understand why. I don't know if it is because of, I don't know, is it the algorithm that is bringing it to me? Perhaps because I watched one. And it is the issue of black tax. And I wanted to know what you people think about it. I'm sure that people like myself would understand what I mean. But for those who do not understand what black tax is, a kind of responsibility. It is an unspoken responsibility. Let me put it that way. It's unspoken. It's an unspoken responsibility, mainly financial, but it could be other things that has been put upon individuals or successfully to support people, like maybe support their family, their immediate family, or their extended family, or a group of people just support. And basically the idea is, for example, you were fortunate to immigrate abroad, and as far as your families are concerned in your home, you are successful enough to be able to support them. What they do fail to understand is it is not as straightforward as that, as you and I know. But then there's that pressure, there's that expectation that once you come into the country or you emigrate or come out of your home country to a new country, you are expected to begin to support your family back home financially most of the time, but could be any mentally, in whatever form, shape or form, but most times it's financially. And where you fail to provide that support, they do not understand. Sometimes it can cause problems within families. But that singular notion, that notion that, oh, because you were able to travel abroad, then it is now expected of you to support the family financially. It's what we call black tax. And the reason it's called black tax is simple. You are just moving into a new country or a new environment. You've not even finished taking care of yourself. You're taking care of others without putting yourself first, and you find yourself in a situation where it's there's no the balance is not right. You just about some people don't even have the black tax to give, and what they end up doing is working lots of shifts, looking for second jobs, looking for third jobs, just to be able to meet that responsibility from back home. Now, one thing I want to really clarify is that I have no problem with supporting your family back home. I do not have a problem with that at all. But problem is that expectation, and that lack of what I have a problem with is that expectation and the seemingly lack of knowledge or understanding that you would potentially need some time to settle down. And it's just that unspoken expectation that is actually kind of a burden. So that is just a brief explanation of what it is for those that might not know what black talk is, tax is. And it's very common, I would say, with the Afro-Caribbean, African Americans, Africans, immigrants. I think I might be wrong. I stand to be corrected, but I do know that there is that cultural expectation. Black tax is not only necessarily associated with those that have emigrated. You might even be back at home, but because you've been very with whatever it is you're doing, maybe your business, your career, you've gotten a high paying job, there's just that expectation that you will pay school fees, you will pay house rent, you will sort out family, all those, that expectation is just a lot. And it sometimes puts people under pressure. I can tell you for free that it's part of the reason why many people like us, I mean, I don't know what your profession is. I have no idea what your profession is, but I know across all professions in England, where you see an immigrant, for example, they are sometimes working more, doing a little bit extra, so that not only so that they would have enough to spend for themselves and also spend or send back home to their families, which is good. But, and this is my big but, there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance. And I say it, and I know it's difficult. So, first of all, there is that societal expectation. And I think that's where the problem starts from, where the society is dictating your life for you. I know we have to be kind, we have to be loving, we have to be supportive. The honest truth is, let's assume it's your siblings, for example. Your siblings, you grew up together, you were given the same opportunity, right? And luck smiled at you, you were able to perhaps you became a high achiever. It's okay to support them in the first, support them to get started. But where they now expect it as a right or a responsibility, that's where the problem is, because you are not their responsibility. They are responsible for themselves. And many people fail to, think about that. So the reason why I brought it up today, or why I'm deciding to talk about it today, is simple. I've seen a lot. It's like there's a lot of people now, there is that awareness going on, especially among the African immigrants community, where people are now being made aware of black tax and how to, try to draw a balance between, supporting and enabling. So there are two things. There's one thing is either you are supporting or you're enabling. So it's being able to appreciate or understand that you have to draw that line. And so many videos have been put in my face in the last couple of weeks. I don't know why. It's just been coming. Like, when you're just scrolling through your phone trying to find something else and then something just pops up. That's how it is. So I've watched those videos because I was curious to know what people are thinking right now. 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't something that was discussed. People do not talk about it. They just assume, they expect. But now there's a lot of communication, there's a lot of conversation around this black tax and how people should be mindful of making sure that there is a balance between support and enabling. And support is, oh yes, I know you have a problem, I'm willing to support you, But when that support becomes consistent, then it becomes what is called enabling. And what that means is you are not, that person is suddenly expecting something from you every month, and because of that they are doing nothing. So then you are enabling them. They're doing nothing to change their circumstance. So that is what is enabling. Why am I talking about it today? Very good question. I'm talking about it today because I think it's a pandemic in the African community, the Black community. I don't know. I don't think I've seen it happen a lot in the English community yet. And I feel like we need to keep on talking about it so that people are aware and look after themselves, especially those of us that have been lucky and fortunate enough to have come out of our country to live in a different country. I haven't come here to say do not support your family, but I've come to say that you should not be an enabler. Don't be an enabler. Know when to draw the line, because you need to look after yourself. You need to think about your future. You need to think about yourself. You need to think about your children, because some of you have children. And even if you don't have children, you have goals, you have dreams, you have ambition, right? So you have those to think about. So enabling people to continue to depend on you is not the way forward. You know, they say that you can take a horse to the river, but you can't force the horse to drink water. But there's also that saying about, I would teach you, I wouldn't fish for you, but I will teach you how to fish so that you can fish when I'm not there. And that is where we should be focusing on, you to support this family member or this relative in such a way that they wouldn't have to keep coming back to me all the time. That is where you should be thinking. That is what you should be thinking about. That is what you should be focusing on. It's okay to give support once in a while, but you need to be able to think about how you can put them in a position where they don't need to keep coming back to you every day. And sometimes it might not just be only you. It might be a conversation between you and a group of your other family members. You can decide to pool funds together. You can decide to pool resources together to provide that support to that individual or the group of people. Because, and the is, keep doing what you're doing, but do not be an enabler if you are like me. And I hope that I've educated some people about some of the, about what black tax is, because I know that I have a mixture of friends on my page that may not necessarily understand what I'm saying, but hopefully this is an education, and this is just exactly why you see people working shifts upon shift upon shift upon shift just to be able to make ends meet, just for them to be able to make, to provide for their family back home and back here. It's not because they enjoy, it's just because of the pressure, the societal pressure, the expectation of the culture. That's why they are doing what they are doing. Now, that's on one count. So please, 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 and please do not be an enabler. Do not be an enabler. Prioritize yourself, especially as we are not getting any younger. You need to think about yourself. You need to think about your immediate family. You need to think about, you need to consider a lot of things. But in all your doings, they say get wisdom. And if you want to help smartly, let me put it that way. Support smartly. I know I want to help my family back home, but I don't want to keep helping them with a small amount of money here every day and a small amount of money here, every other month. No, I want to do something much more bigger to set them up so that they would stand for themselves, if you understand what I mean, something to help them get set up. And that's my long-term goal, right? I want to provide that support that would help them to stand on their own and not look up to me every single day or every single month for whatever it is the case may be. So my the reason why I decided to start a business. Apart from my own personal goals, I have my own personal goal. I want to support my family member. I want to be able to look at my family and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to set up this for you. That should sustain you for a long time. And but I need, of course, when you want to set someone up for business or anything, you need a big pool of funds, which you and I know is not readily available here. Not everybody has a big amount of money, if you understand what I mean, sitting down somewhere. And that's why I decided to start this business. But apart from, I am also a very strong on self-development. I love to learn. I love to learn. And look at me here now. I am here talking to you in front of the camera, which is something I wouldn't have done a year ago. You can't see me, you wouldn't have seen me sitting down here a year ago. So, but I'm here now, and it's been a journey. It's been a journey of learning. It's been a journey of growth. It's been a journey of, honestly, day 50, like for 50 days straight, I've been coming out live. That is impressive, even if I say so myself. I am well proud of myself because I know that it's not easy. Some people are still struggling to come to this point. So I'm giving myself a pat on the back. Well done. Well done. Day 50. Well done. But anyway, black tax, there are ways around it. You might feel obligated to some certain people. That's fine. But you also need to know when to draw the balance. But if any of these categories, these black tax thing I've talked about, if you fall into that category and you're thinking, oh my God, I just don't want to keep on working, I'm tired, I just want something much more sustainable, something that will give me regular source of income without me necessarily having to go through the 9 to 5 grind, for example, then this might just be your plug. It will provide for your family. You'll be able to support your members, family build, like you'll be able to set your family members at home, if you want to, at some point. I've not said it's going to happen tomorrow. Please, there's nothing that it's not just going to happen tomorrow. Even when you graduate from the university, you start from the beginning, which is a graduate level. And over time, maybe after 2 or 3 years, you rise to the next rank. After another 2 or 3 years, you rise to the next rank. And, it takes time. Time has to pass for growth to happen, isn't it? If time doesn't pass, then there's no growth, because how would you conceive and on the same day you conceive, the same day you give birth? No, time has to pass. You have to go, the baby has to grow, the parts has to, the organs have to form, everything has to be put in place, little by little, poco a poco, you see? And then one day it becomes time, the baby decides to come out, and there you have a baby. But that baby needed time to grow. That is it with anything in life. Yesterday, I tried to address some of the questions I've been asked. I know I will keep coming out. If there's any question I hear, any question I get asked, and I've asked, I will come and tell you those questions, because it might be just what is in your mind and you might not realize, or you may just not have the courage to ask. But anyway, black tax is real, but my encouragement and my admonishment for today is to look after yourself. Please, please do look after yourself. It's very important that you take care of yourself. Try not to stress. We don't want to get stressed. We don't want you to get stressed. You need to manage everything. Your mental health is also very important. You're not as young as you are anymore. I don't know what age bracket you're watching me from, but I'm imagining that you fall under my age category. And if you do, then we are not getting any younger, right? We're not getting any younger. We need to start thinking of creating processes and systems that work for us. The world is evolving, and we need to learn to evolve as things are going. Let's not remain stuck in our past or in our past ideologies. Be open-minded to receiving from people, or even people that are younger than you or older than you, because you never know whence your help comes from. So be open-minded, receive information, receive learning, listen to things, do your research. Do your research. It's very important. Do your research, and yeah, move forward. All I know is I'm here to help you if you decide that you want to, start an online business. You can see my number, my email there. All over my pages, my phone number is there. You can reach out to me. I'm not hiding anything. There is nothing to hide. You just have to be willing to follow the step-by-step process to be able to find out more. Because look, at the end of the day, it's your decision to make, not for me to convince you. I don't come out here to start telling you that this is what you must do. No, I'm not telling you that. All I'm doing is sharing an information of an opportunity that I've found. I'm not gatekeeping. I'm not hoarding, because I know that it can extend to everybody that is interested. It's not limited to by numbers. There's no number limit. The world is we have over how many billions of human beings on this earth. So it's there to hold. And you don't need, you don't need the whole world to grow, right? I mean, that's going to be my encouragement for today. Look after yourself. Black tax is real. Black tax is a problem. but in all you're doing, let there be balance. So on this note, I'm going to call it an evening. Look, the sunlight just disappeared. Like, what kind of weather is this? Gosh, it was cool right now. Like, it was bright and sunny, and now it's getting, I don't know. Anyway, till my next video, it's good day, and I will see you soon.